Bruh, this wasn't funny. Hi everyone, what's up? Your boy Al is back with Lazarus episode 4 and 5 review, so let's jump into it. At first we see that minors were strictly banned from using hapna, yet it became wildly popular in underground circles. A single rumor claiming the drug could eliminate sadness caused it to spread rapidly among young people. Dealers quickly caught on and began selling it at inflated prices. In the present, it's revealed that Dr. 909 is the world's top hacker, and thanks to Elena, his location has been uncovered. Large payments were made to his account, notably just before Skinner's major hapna speech. 909 also offloaded a significant amount of stock and appears to be working with an investor named Sam Stevenson, suggesting both may be tied to Skinner and possibly aided in his disappearance. So it looks like Chris started taking hapna simply because it was cheap, but this makes me wonder whether she was addicted to it or not, because addictions don't go away so easily, right? We see Elena track the wallet and observe that physical deposits have been made at various global locations. Surveillance footage suggests the same individual is making the deposits at ATMs, but there's uncertainty around whether it's truly the same person. Elena receives an alert about a new transaction in Babylonia City, which happens to be nearby. Meanwhile, the rest of the team focuses on locating Sam Stevenson. With an active social media presence and a known preference for attractive women, Sam is known to host parties every weekend, featuring women in his VIP section. Chris goes undercover to attend, and Leland tags along in disguise as well, just in case Sam's interests vary. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't find this part funny at all. Them making Leland pretend to be a girl was obviously meant to be a joke, but it kinda came out of nowhere, while we know nothing about Leland, so it really didn't hit the spot for me. Moving on, we see that at the club, Doug suggests splitting the team to isolate Sam for a private conversation, but it's a challenge, especially since it's Sam's own turf, complete with heavily armed security. Access to the upper level also requires a digital tattoo. Axel successfully acquires one, while Leland, uncomfortable in his outfit, hesitates to draw attention and eventually asks Doug for support. When Sam arrives, it's unexpectedly Leland who catches his eye and gets taken to a private area. Sam's friend, the DJ of the club, confesses he's drawn to those who seem innocent and pure. Meanwhile, the other women get drugged, making them vulnerable to the men around them. I don't understand how Axel can be the only smooth talker of the team, especially when everyone was handpicked to track down a genius like Skinner. By the way, Doug's dance was pretty cringe, no? Then we see that the drugs have no effect on Chris, who overpowers Sam and throws him off the balcony onto the DJ below. This turns out to be a major twist, as the DJ, Visionary, is actually 909. Meanwhile, Axel acquires a digital tattoo, though it becomes irrelevant when a gunfight breaks out. Sam and 909 attempt to flee in a helicopter, but Axel leaps onto it mid-flight to stop them. Leland assists using his drones, and the helicopter crashes. Axel questions Sam and 909 about Skinner, but they claim to be just as clueless as everyone else. Their stock advantage came from hacking data from a company called Delta Medicinal. The fight scenes were greatly animated and directed just as one would expect from Watanabe and Studio Mappa. Also, Chris most likely didn't take the drugs, and that's probably why she was okay. At the end, we see that after obtaining the hack data, Axel ensures Sam and 909 are arrested. It turns out 909 had no direct ties to Skinner, so the key takeaway is that Delta Medicinal was aware of hapna's dangers. This suggests a likely connection to Skinner, making the company the next logical lead. Meanwhile, at the lab, a chimp collapses in its cage, seemingly dying. So I guess Skinner wasn't bluffing about hapna, and this adds a real layer of tension to the story, and makes it a bit more interesting. As for Skinner's motive behind doing this, well, your guess is as good as mine. Now let's move on to episode 5. At first we see Axel narrate how hapna made its way through the prison, though it wasn't easy to get. Out of curiosity, he tried it once, but ended up headbutting his cell bars immediately after. The drug had no effect on him, yet he still faces the possibility of death. In the present, attention shifts to Delta Medicinal, the company that led Hapna's trials. Their files include a peculiar image of an eyeball that might be a clue. Although the clinical trial data is scarce, it seems someone from the company has been uploading music to SoundCloud every week. I wonder why Axel is immune to Hapna's painkilling effect, and going by that logic, Hapna's toxin shouldn't work on him either, don't you guys think? Also, it's kinda strange how the pill that Chris found hasn't been mentioned again so far. We see Doug suggest opening the file as an image, which surprisingly works, revealing encrypted company documents accessible externally, possibly by Skinner. While the Lazarus group surveys Delta Medicinal for an entry point, Axel simply walks in through the front entrance. After swiftly taking out the guards in a fight, he confronts the president, forcing him to disable the building's security. He then presents the data they've uncovered. The rest of the team joins in, but it turns out the president is just as clueless as the rest. I don't know about you guys, but the fight scene really felt weird to me, as if I was watching a different show or something. By the way, don't you think Hersch knowing so much about Hapna is kinda strange? Moving on, we see that the president reveals this is why the data was transmitted in that format, and that Delta Medicinal was unaware of Hapna's potentially deadly side effects. Prior to human testing, the drug was tested on monkeys. Their eyes displayed a starry pattern before death, which ties back to the image in the file. Axel and the team devise a strategy to Skinner into revealing himself. As part of the plan, they prepare Saline with embedded GPS trackers. I don't know about you guys, but the starry eyes thing kinda sounds like a Nirvana state or something like that to me, but I'm not sure how this might play a part in the story, because it happens after dying. Next, we see that security is tightened, including the installation of a makeshift Faraday cage to block external signals and prevent hacking into the main chamber. Leading experts from the medical field gather, hopeful that this meeting could provide a breakthrough. Elena receives a ping indicating a hacking attempt and tries to trace its source but struggles to pinpoint the location. Suddenly, the power cuts out, intensifying the hack. The breach comes from within, specifically through the guards' walkie-talkies, which had been secretly compromised and replaced a month earlier. So I guess Skinner is thinking way ahead of our group. I mean, he literally replaced the walkie-talkies a month ago, which means he was already expecting something like this to happen, and prepared a counter-plan. At the end, we see that amid the chaos, a rogue scientist charges the stage and injects himself with the fake cure before being placed in isolation. Meanwhile, Elena successfully traces the hacker's location to the Islamabad Stock Exchange in Pakistan, but not within the building itself. The signal comes from a mobile camper parked outside. The hacker, a woman known as Popcorn Wizard, escapes, tossing her laptop out the window to avoid being tracked. She contacts Elena to commend her efforts, before driving away. Can someone explain to me how this new girl got Elena's contact information? I mean, Elena wasn't using her phone to track the girl, so it doesn't make sense, unless Skinner knows everything about the group. Overall, these 2 episodes were average, and I don't feel any sort of connection with the characters or story yet. It feels like a modern-day slop cartoon, rather than an anime. Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. If you like my video, then check out some of my other videos. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you want to keep me motivated to make more videos, and you can also leave a comment if you want to say something, because it helps me fight the almighty YouTube algorithm. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram, or check out my Facebook page. Links are given in the description. Until then, see ya.